Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Well, the fires are still raging and the Netflix show has been delayed as prophesied right here on this channel. And Netflix has just announced that the release of With Love, Meghan has been delayed to the 4th of March. And then it quotes Meghan herself. And it says it's been delayed as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California. And so we speculate that that's why she had to rush out in those very white trainers to a still ongoing scene of a fire and show herself and pretend to be helping, but handing out hugs with the has-been, and now, of course, delayed. Netflix is not delaying anything else because of the fires. Some programming, some recording has been delayed for obvious reasons in LA, but Netflix doesn't only stream in California or even the United States. It streams all around the world. So it's a bit of a thin excuse that this needs to be delayed so that Meghan can focus on the disaster unfolding, the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in her home state of California. Bless her, what a princess, what a humanitarian. What is going on really? Tarot of Curious Creatures on the tarot table for this one. We're going to look at whose decision it was to delay the streaming of With Love, Meghan. Was it Meghan's idea? Was it Netflix's idea? And why really? Was it because of all the dislikes on YouTube and wherever else for the trailer? I think at about 90%, even though at some stage Netflix or whoever was deleting dislikes and negative comments, they gave up, I think. And it is about 90% dislike. I think that's almost like record levels of dislike for a trailer. So is it genuinely that they want to reshoot things? Well, basically, let's put it like this. Is it because of all the hate and they are just like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? Or is it because they're going to reshoot things and we're going to have an episode about Meghan handing out apples and oranges and whatever to people stricken in this enormous disaster, this absolute calamity? So are they going to reshoot? Or are they just panicking, basically, is what I want to know there. And what else do I want to know? I want to know how she's feeling right now, of course. And then the other thing I want to look at is this Prince Philip thing, because I think it was Dan Whitten who came out the gate and said, well, the hypocrisy is epic. Here she is delaying her show, either because her viewing figures are so shocking, the terrible reviews, or because she's rushing about reshooting, so it doesn't look quite so atrocious, this indulgent lifestyle when we're in the eat the rich kind of vibe at the moment, and she's going to show herself doing good. But the hypocrisy of actually delaying the release of this ridiculous show, where she refused to delay the release of the Oprah interview, even though Prince Philip was dying. And she claimed at the time that the palace was using Prince Philip's health as an excuse to keep her muzzled. How's that going to go? And then final question, how is the show actually going to do? Assuming it does stream on the 4th of March. So whose idea, hers or Netflix? Why? Because of the hate, the negativity, or because they're frantically reshooting to make it more palatable in the wake of this disaster? And then her own feelings about this delay and this disaster that's unfolding for her and Netflix and this Prince Philip business. Atrocious degree of hypocrisy, not only in my opinion, but many people's. So that's where we are today. So we're still in this awful energy of the fire and this I'm saying as my heading for this, okay, we got the energy. I'm calling this reading Taking Something pretty ordinary and postponing it. So there you go. That's what we're talking about today. Flying cards. And let us remind you, as I put the flying cards back together, that this is tarot and it's for fun and entertainment. And it is all my opinion and all speculation. I'm just reading energy here. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. So let's see what's really going on. Whose decision and why? And her feelings, and this Prince Philip business is terrible hypocrisy, in my opinion. And let's put in allegedly in there. And I've got the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is quick thinking, strategic kind of energy, rapid response kind of energy, and let's do something quickly. We have to do something. We have to save the situation. It all looks so very bad. They were on the front page of the Daily Mail this morning, the has-been and Princess Markle being lambasted by Justine Bateman for being disaster tourists. It's finally hit the mainstream. That was the lead story in the Daily Mail this morning. The great oracle that the Daily Mail is across the world at this point. So there we have the frenzy, the frantic energy. We need to do something. We need to come up with a strategy. We need to sort this out. Put your heads together. Quick thinking, quick response. That's the Knight of Swords. So, situation we're dealing with, that's of course our underlying energy. We're dealing with the Death card. And it's in reverse. That's it's a bad energy, the Death card. And in reverse, it's endings. And really, they should dump this thing. They should throw it out. They should say, the deal is over. The Netflix deal is over. This is a load of tosh. It's completely inappropriate for the world we live in now. Nobody wants to watch it. It's revolting. Throw it away and throw the parcels away. But can't end the situation. That's why it's in reverse. Upright death means change, endings, transformation, letting go of something that does not serve. In reverse, stuck in this quagmire, stuck with this rubbish series. That's my personal opinion, although I'm sure many of you watching will agree with me that it is rubbish. And what are we going to do? We would love to end this contract. We would love not to be having to stream this thing, but we are stuck. And that's why we have to come up with a plan with the Knight of Swords. So let's see, whose idea was it to delay the streaming of With Love, Meghan? Was it her idea? I'm going to look at both. Meghan's energy. We got the Four of Wands in reverse. Very unhappy energy, very unstable energy. The happy home, not the happy home. That's her energy. There's also Harry. Harry, not in the happy home. He's out of there. I want none of this. Netflix. Netflix has got all the power in this situation with the Sun. And looking at them together, Netflix, I think, was quite happy to go ahead with it and stream it, because the Sun is light, energy, power, radiance, visibility, all of those things. Very powerful energy. She's the one in a flat spin with the Four of Wands. So I think that she's the one that begged and pleaded. Please, please, please. She might even have sent the has-been along to do the begging and pleading on her behalf. He seems quite willing still, for whatever reason. Hostage Harry, shall we call him that again? He seems quite willing to do her bidding at this point. Perhaps the panic is on the court cases, the legal costs, cut off from the royal family, William looming as King William the whatevereth. I've forgotten. Is it the 5th? Can't remember. And panic is on. Rush to Netflix, beg and plead. We can't do this now. It doesn't look good. The Four of Wands upright would be celebrating, would be welcome into our beautiful home. We're in Architectural Digest, and I'm the new Martha Stewart, and da-da-da-da-da. It's in reverse, disaster. So I think Netflix was gung-ho about this. We're just going to get this thing out there as fast as we can. And Meghan was the one putting the brakes on. I'm reading the two together to reach that conclusion. So why? Why? Let's look first at all the hate, the dislikes, the whatever. That's put her on the back foot. 7 of Wands. Let's look at reshooting and see. Oh yeah, absolutely, the Chariot. So Meghan is very defensive right now, panicking, unhappy, and Seven of Wands on the back foot, can't believe all the hostility, the attacks, and has made her feel very defensive with that Seven of Wands. It's literally the card of self-defense. You can see the attacks coming from those wands there, pressing up and advancing on her and saying, you useless rubbish. And she's having to resist and push back. And then the reshooting question, are we going to reshoot? Absolutely. With the Chariot. Oh yes, everybody, it's everybody, shoulder to the wheel. Everybody is being summoned. Get busy, get starting, get writing, get your ideas, get whatever you've got. They're going to throw everything at this to fix it. The Chariot. Isn't it amazing that you can be as incompetent as she is, as unlikable, untalented, ordinary, and yet you get all of the support from Netflix? Why, oh why, oh why? It is truly amazing. Big cards from Netflix. This is their big money thing with the Sun, the Chariot. They're ambitious. They want to drive this forward. They want to get their money out of this thing. They want it on your screens. If you are Netflix subscribers, they want to show it to you. Lucky you. I cancelled my subscription a long time ago when they signed the deal with the Parkles. So, how is Meghan feeling right now? Is she a happy little camper, or what's going on? High Priestess. Very silent, very reflective. When I get the High Priestess with Meghan, I have to choose my words very carefully, but I get that old vision board. And more than a vision board, I get kind of chanting and yeah, okay. For fun and entertainment, I'm going to say spells. That kind of energy. That's my speculation. That's me being facetious and for fun, as I say, and joking around. But that's the energy that comes through the High Priestess for me. So she's basically invoking higher powers with the High Priestess. Fix it, make it right, meditating, as I say, chanting, dancing naked under the moonlight, whatever she wants to do, it's there in the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very garden, midnight in the garden of good and evil, because it balances the light and the dark. You can see with the feathers there, the High Priestess. The High Priestess isn't averse to using either of those energies to get what she wants. And I don't very often say that with a High Priestess, not here on this channel, because it's a bit of a tricky thing to say. So I'm going to say allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. Let's look at this Prince Philip thing and what's going on there, impact of this association that's being made, this connection, this accusation of hypocrisy. Repercussions from that, if any. Is it going to be picked up by the Daily Mail, for instance? And we're going to get the Seven of Cups, and it's the card of self-deception, illusions, dreams and possibilities. I don't think it's going to impact her at all, unfortunately, in my opinion, the Seven of Cups, because it leaves open the door to possibilities. So I don't think she's going to be accused or held to account for doing this. It just gives a sense of she is the one that has all the options available to her. And she might be called out for that, as having this option available to her. Whereas for the royal family, there was no option of having Oprah scrapped or delayed until the Prince Philip situation had resolved. Let him die in peace. No, no, no. Got to show the Oprah thing. Got to accuse him of racism. Got to get my vengeance. But here, in Netflix bowing over, scraping, anything you say, we will give you. There is a tremendous amount of protection for her in Netflix still. And my personal suspicion and speculation is that it comes through Ted Sarandos and his wife. That is the connection and that is the protection. That is my suspicion. And so, how's it going to do in March? If and when it finally streams, this new, reinvigorated, reimagined with love Meghan, how's it going to do? I got the Emperor and I've got it in reverse, which tells me that I don't think, oh goodness, I've got a horrible thought which I will express with the Emperor in reverse. But first of all, that's Netflix, the Emperor, of course. The big cheese at Netflix in reverse. I don't think they're going to be very pleased with their deal. Just going to say that. I don't think it's going to take the world by storm with the Emperor in reverse. My suspicion is that's because things could be going on in the world that eclipse this yet again, that maybe aren't going to be so easy for her to latch onto. Of course, fires in California. She grew up in LA. She can use that excuse, 7 of Cups, and she can get away with it. And Netflix will back her on this. But it looks like something's going to happen with the Emperor in reverse on the world stage. And I hate to say, but it could even happen to the King. Because we have Scorpio energy over there with the Death card in reverse, and then we have King energy over here, but it could equally be a president, and I don't mean literal demise, don't panic. I just mean that there could be some drama in the real world. It could be military even with the Emperor, because the Emperor is very military. The Emperor is about organizations and getting people to do stuff and management and marching orders and stuff like that. And it's in reverse. So first and foremost, I don't think Netflix is going to be pleased with the performance of the show in March. Second of all, she just has such bad karma, such bad luck, such bad timing that something could go on. Emperor in reverse, it completely overshadows this ridiculous show. However much they've tweaked it and reshot things and tried to change the vibe of it and the focus of it and make her more palatable, I still think that something is going to happen that just eclipses it. So there you are. It's amazing how this energy has changed from where it first was when we heard about this silly show months and months ago. But that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.